In this video, I'm going to be talking about our states of consciousness, which includes our understanding of consciousness and hypnosis, sleep stages and disorders, dreams, and psychoactive drugs. Consciousness can be a strange thing because it offers us weird experiences as when entering sleep or leaving a dream, and sometimes it leaves us wondering who is really in control. Consciousness is our awareness of ourselves and our environment. Our conscious awareness is one part of the dual processing of our two-track minds, which is the ability to do two things at a time. An example of dual processing can be when we are having a conversation with our family while eating dinner. The conscious action is having a conversation with them, and the unconscious action is eating dinner. Hypnosis is a social interaction in which one person, the hypnotist, suggests to another, the subject, that certain perceptions, feelings, thoughts, and behaviors will spontaneously occur. Even though many of us believe we've never been hypnotized before since we've never seen a hypnotherapist, in reality, most of us have experienced a state of mild hypnosis. We experience a mild state of hypnosis when we drive a long distance and start feeling dissociated from our body and the car.
Oh, God, wow. Oh, I was asleep.
What? No way.
Those glasses are super dark.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm going to hand you a very magical mirror. This is actually a heart-shaped iPad. It shows you movies, it shows you all types of things. You can hold it. Now open your eyes and look at this beautiful heart screen. And the first thing you're watching is a movie. These old naked people in the pool. There's old naked people. They're kissing, their dentures fell out. It is just so bad. Oh, what is that movie like? What is it like?
It's gross and wrinkly.
Now we're going to talk about sleep, our favorite nighttime activity after a long day at school or work. Sleep is a periodic natural loss of consciousness. While sleeping, we may feel dead to the world, but we're really not. Even when we're deeply asleep, we move around our bed but manage to not fall out. Even the sound of our name when our mom is yelling at us to get out of our bed in the morning can cause our unconscious body to perk up. The brain's auditory cortex responds to sound stimuli even during sleep, and when we sleep, as when we're awake, we process most of our information outside our conscious awareness. The circadian rhythm dictates when to be awake and when to be asleep. There are two pathways that synchronize the circadian rhythm. First one occurs in the morning when sunlight decreases the production of melatonin, which is a chemical that causes sleep. The second one occurs during the night when a lack of light increases melatonin secretion and therefore increases sleep. About every 90 minutes, we cycle through distinct sleep stages, and there are 5 stages. REM sleep is a rapid eye movement sleep. It is a recurring sleep during which vivid dreams commonly occur. The muscles are relaxed, but other body systems are active. Alpha waves are relatively slow brain waves of a relaxed, awake state. When we feel sleepy, we yawn in response to reduced brain metabolism. Yawning stretches our neck muscles and increases our heart rate, which increases our alertness. NREM sleep is the non-rapid eye movement sleep, which includes all sleep stages except for REM sleep. There are 5 different stages of NREM sleep. In the first stage, we may experience hallucination, which are false sensory experiences. An example of hallucination is when we have a sensation of falling at which our body may suddenly jerk or wake up. In the second stage, we may experience sleep spindles, which are bursts of rapid rhythmic brainwave activities. In this stage, we can still be awakened without too much difficulty, but we are now clearly asleep. Examples of stage 2 may be sleepwalking or sleep talking. In stage 3, known as our transitional stage, our brain emits large, slow waves known as delta waves. In stage 4, we are in deep sleep, where our brain emits more delta waves. It is harder to wake someone up during stage 4. An example of this is when it's thundering very loud outside and our parents ask us if we heard the thunder. If we were in stage 4, we may have missed the storm and respond to "what thunder?" When our body yearns for sleep but does not get it, we begin to feel terrible. Most of us have trouble sleeping when we're anxious or excited, but an occasional loss of sleep is nothing to worry about. I am going to talk about different types of sleeping disorders. 1 in 10 adults and about 1 in 4 older adults complain about insomnia. Insomnia is a recurring, persistent problem in either falling or staying asleep. This sleep disorder may result in tiredness and increased risk of depression. Narcolepsy is a sleep disorder characterized by uncontrollable sleep attacks. These attacks can occur at the most inopportune times, often triggered by strong emotions, like perhaps just after a terrific swing at a softball or when laughing loudly. You can fall into a brief period of REM sleep if you were to have narcolepsy. Sleep apnea is a sleeping disorder characterized by temporary cessations of breathing during sleep and repeated momentary awakenings. People with this condition intermittently stop breathing during sleep. After a minute or so, decreased blood oxygen arouses them enough to snort in air for a few seconds, depriving them of slow-wave sleep. Night terrors is a sleeping disorder characterized by high arousal and an appearance of being terrified. They target mostly children who may sit up or walk around, talk incoherently, experience doubled heart and breathing rates, and appear terrified while asleep. Night terrors usually occurs during stage 3 of NREM sleep. Most dreams occur during REM sleep. Those that tend to happen during NREM sleep are vague, fleeting images. A dream is a sequence of images, emotions, and thoughts passing through a sleeping person's mind. They are vivid, emotional, and often bizarre because our brain can so creatively, colorfully, and completely construct this alternative world. There are 5 functions of dreams. The first function is to satisfy our wishes, which includes manifest content and latent content. The second function is to file away memories, where we use information processing, where our dreams help us sort out the day's events and consolidate them in memory. The third function is to develop and preserve neural pathways, where regular brain stimulation may help develop and preserve neural pathways in the brain. The fourth function is to make sense of neural static, where we use activation synthesis, which is basically when the brain attempts to make sense of neural static by weaving it into a storyline. And then the fifth and final section is to reflect cognitive development. Chemical substances that change perceptions and moods are known as psychoactive drugs. Sometimes drug use crosses the line between moderation and substance use disorder, which is a disorder characterized by continued substance craving and use despite significant life disruption and/or physical risk. With continued use of alcohol and some other drugs, users develop tolerance, which is the finishing effect with regular use of the same dose of a drug, requiring the user to take larger and larger doses before experiencing the drug's effect. Withdrawal is the discomfort and distress that follow discontinuing an addictive drug or behavior. It makes it difficult for people that are addicted to get out of using that drug. The 3 types of psychoactive drugs are depressants, stimulants, and hallucinogens. Depressants are drugs that reduce neuroactivity and slow body functions. Examples are alcohol, barbiturates, which reduce anxiety but impair memory and judgment, and opiates, such as morphine and heroin, that depress neuroactivity by temporarily lessening pain and anxiety. We may use depressants when we go to the hospital to lessen pain after a bad fracture on the leg, where the user's pupils constrict and breathing slows. Stimulants are drugs that excite neuroactivity and speed up body functions. Examples are caffeine, nicotine, cocaine, amphetamines, methamphetamines, and ecstasy. Hallucinogens distort perceptions and evoke sensory images in the absence of sensory input. Examples are LSD, which gives the user an uninterrupted stream of fantastic picture, and THC, which is a major active ingredient in marijuana, which may amplify sensitivity to color, sounds, tastes, and smells. In this video, we covered how our conscious awareness is one part of the dual processing of our 2-track minds, hypnosis, our favorite nighttime activity, the different stages of sleep, sleep disorders that people may experience, the reason why we dream, and psychoactive drugs.